All right, so I have to make a sheath for this knife, and I want to wear it scout carry. So I decided to go with just a pop-up through the top. And this is not a new design. I've seen a lot of kukuris who use Kydex. Well, I think all of them who use like a plastic or Kydex sheath use that where there's a certain section where it pops out. Most of them have like a strap or something like that to retain it. This will not. This will just use the tension of the Kydex itself just to keep it there. One of the things I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to add a secondary piece of Kydex on here to be able to hold it scout carry. So usually I use cord and I wrap it around, and then I put little tabs, and I use the cord to wear it scout carry, but I can't do it in this time because the whole top's going to be open. So just to show you, it's going to be something similar to this. So I have to put a piece of Kydex and I have to mold it. So I have to heat it, mold it to this, and then put a little insert so I can put my belt through here. One of the things that this is a pain to deal with is this lip here. I never fixed that. I can fix it. I can just shave it down. But for one of the solutions you can shave this down. I don't know if that would completely resolve that problem. But the other thing you can do is just exclude this piece. Just have only this and here. For this particular design, that would be too weak, because then if this is gone, the only thing holding this whole plastic on this end would just be this little small area, which would snap off after time. But this one is going to be from here up. It's going to be 8 inches across. I think that's the maximum I can do. So it's going to be from here up, and then it's going to be I can just put one here and then one there, and then so it's just going to be a square of Kydex instead of having like this divot in between, and so I could just do the impression here in the center. So that's what I'm going to do. This will have a similar effect to this guy, and so this guy has a hook here, and it looks cool, but also that hook's there because so this can't fall down straight down like that, just slide out because of the hook. You have to rock it out, so you have to go like this to pull it out. So this will have a similar thing where it won't be able to just fall out from the top because of this tip. I don't know how far back I'm going to put the rivets on this Kydex sheath, but it's going to go far back enough that you just can't it can't just fall out. Part of that reason too would be this retention here. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'll show you once I get to a certain point where it seems interesting, I suppose. If not, I'll just show you right in the end how it looks. Okay. All right. So I finished the sheath, and I've actually been wearing this thing for a week. So I did come across a couple problems that I solved, and there's a couple more problems that I'm just gonna ignore. They're not really that detrimental, and then also I don't really have a solution at the moment. If I do later on, I'll solve those later. But first, let me just show you the sheath. This is where the belt goes. I like to carry my knife scout carry, and the way it works is I have to push this to the side. So if I just pull on it up, it doesn't really work that way. I probably could do it if I do it hard enough, but this has enough of a flat spot, and the Kydex has enough of a molded flat spot that's difficult to do. So let me show you this too. There's a bit of a little rattle, and I'll talk about that too to tell you why. So yeah, so to take it out like that, and then to put it back in is just basically like this. There it is. So I'm going to show you like me wearing it too, so you can see it. But one of the first problems I found is that I like to leave like as much area as possible in certain spots where I think there might be a problem. Here, I thought there might be a problem where when I swing out the handle this way, that the tip might actually travel here, and then I pull out the knife. So I wanted to leave room to put another eyelet if I want another eyelet here or further out here, and that turned out not to be the case. It might travel through there, but I don't really need another eyelet there. So I wore this down, and then this side too, I had this just in case also, in case it was too tight or something like that. The problem with this was that when it was out to here, it was actually like rubbing up against my leg. And this is basically as long of a knife I can scout carry comfortably without it, like when it's sitting down and stuff like that, touching my leg and then just constantly like creating a hot spot. So that was creating a hot spot. I got rid of that. The second thing was here. So the strongest I could have made this is basically no indentation at all, just straight. But that was this span is too long for that. It doesn't let me. If I would have left it straight, I wouldn't have been able to put the handle to the center of my body as much as I wanted to. This would stick out by this much, which doesn't seem like a big difference, but it is. I might even actually reduce this even more, but I would probably be pushing the integrity of this piece. But I can't go. The other thing would be like, you know, changing these eyelets and these screws, but I can't do that because if I go further down here, I would have less space around the screw for like reinforcement. And if I go further here, same thing. And I want this as small as possible, as compact as possible, this sheath to be. I could have added more area to both sides and then just put it wherever I want to, but I don't want to have like this huge pancake of a sheath either. The other problems that I'm just going to ignore is, so the Chicago screws, so you see here the head is too wide for this little channel area. And I could eventually find like a screw or something that works for this, but I don't want to. This works fine. This side, I don't have any Chicago screws that are the right size. See how it sticks up so much right here? Same thing. I don't really care. This one, here's one of the bigger problems. This guy, this is kind of rough. The Kydex is kind of rough there, but that doesn't matter. But this guy here, see where the screw is. So that introduces a bit of a wobble, not a wobble, a bit of a shake to this. And that's because this isn't closing completely because of this screw. That screw head also, when I put this in here, I have to make sure I don't ride the edge along that screw head, which I've done before. and actually the knife is still sharp, so I mean, it wasn't like a super hard, like trying to cut the screw. It was just like, oh damn, and then stopped. So, but yeah, those are the two problems. I'm just gonna ignore those. What I'm gonna do, what I do already is just, if I do put this in here, is I just push it against the right side, and that's it. And then I have to just aim this here, and that basically opens up the Kydex sheath, and just I can put the knife back in. All right, so now I am going to wear it and show you. Oh, before I show you that too, I could have gone just straight out, I suppose, but this would have been wider and it would have been a mess. I would have to take the widest point and then make the thickness of the widest point of the blade all across like a channel, just all across the Kydex, and just lift that particular spot, which I would have to like do by adding I don't know, like taping wood or something like that to the rest of the knife, so it would just be this blocky thing. And here this would be like super thick, so it had to be a different thickness for this area, and it would have to run across all the way to here, which would cause problems for retention here. The whole thing would be a mess. I just find it much more easier just to do it this way. And so yeah. So all right, next let me just show you. I'll show you me putting my belt through here, and then me wearing it. I'll take it out and put it back in and stuff like that. Okay, so for the belts, it just goes through here like that. And this is a thicker belt that I usually don't wear, but it seems to work, so that's fine. And see, it comes out here. All right, so now I'm just gonna put it on and I'll show you. All right, so I'm a little sweaty just because it's hot today, but so here it is. That's how it looks when I'm wearing it. Like I said, this is about as big a knife I can scout carry comfortably. Anything bigger than this on either side would just get in the way, just from like moving around and stuff, sitting down, walking or whatever. It would just be a pain. So yeah, I can just take it out like that and then put it back in. So yeah, it works out for me. This is about the best I could come up with. If I do find a solution for that particular screw that keeps this area here open, I'll do a short video on it. All right, so yeah, any questions, suggestions, let me know. All right, bye.